What's up, you Relentless Warriors? Welcome back to Relentless Fit 365 Studio 5. And today I'm going to be talking about the KSI Logan Paul epidemic. Yes, it's an epidemic because every time I turn on the internet and every time I look on YouTube, it's KSI versus Logan Paul. Logan Paul punches harder than KSI. KSI punches harder than Logan Paul. Who punches harder, really? People who know me know I'm a big boxing fan. I've been following boxing my whole life. So that's the question I'm going to pose to you guys. I'm going to answer it from my perspective of what I know about boxing, and then I'm going to answer it from a boxer's perspective about how a boxer might feel about this situation going on. You have two individuals with two major platforms, almost 40 million subscribers between the two of them, just for the main event, not to mention all the other YouTubers that went at it. And we're talking millions upon millions of dollars for an amateur boxing bout. Let me just first start by saying I don't believe KSI or Logan Paul made the sport look bad. In fact, you can tell these two individuals trained hard for this fight. Anybody who knows anything about boxing knows that 3 rounds are hard to box. 1 round, if you've never done anything physical, you'd pass out. There's a difference between doing jump rope and your little elliptical machine and the stationary bike and all that stuff for 20 minutes. Try doing it while getting punched and dodging punches and punching back, body shots, face shots, feeling dizzy, getting hit in the nose. Not an easy sport. These two picked up on this sport. KSI, from what I understood, he's been doing this for about a year now. Not a long time for boxing. And then, of course, you have Logan Paul, who clearly was a great athlete. He has a wrestling background. I know a little bit about that, so obviously I already respect his work ethic. I feel like wrestling translated really well when I took on the sport of boxing. So they clearly were in good shape. You could look at both of them. I actually feel like they honored the sport. At the end, KSI talked about how he wanted to go pro. Now, he's got a lot of work to do for you boxers out there, you know that, but at the same time, with that passion, that says something. Even Logan Paul said that he loves this sport. He can't wait to fight again. He wants to stop pretending to box and start to become a real boxer, and as he trains, he'll get better. Well, I gotta say, once you've been in your first boxing bout, you're no longer a pretender. You're the real deal. And I respect both of them for getting in the ring and actually doing it. Now, does it make boxing look bad in general? No! No, it does not. And look, as a big fan of boxing, boxing needs this type of publicity. Boxing has been struggling for the last decade. Strike that, the last decade and a half. And, something like this, to hit a new generation of people who are introduced to the sport, who've been basically saturated with MMA stuff. Now suddenly you see people taking it back to the old time, putting on padded gloves and taking it into the ring to solve a dispute. That's the old-fashioned way, and I love it. It's really about the story, and the buildup of that story is really what makes boxing exciting. The reason why a lot of people got into this fight was because KSI and Logan Paul are characters, and they're very good at their character. They're antagonizers. They're very good at antagonizing one another. I have other buddies who were boxers and continue to box and, for years have wanted to go pro or have went pro and it didn't go well. And then they're like, yeah, this is disgusting. I try my whole life and I could beat both of these guys with one arm tied behind my back. Big deal. It's entertainment. They call it prize fighting for a reason. It's not just about being the best boxer, it's also about who puts on the best show. Nobody wants to see somebody who goes in and just knocks the guy out in the first round. They did a good job in that, and they put on a good show. I love boxing. I love the sport. Were these two actually boxers? Not before this, but I think now that they've gotten into this, I think they do want to become a little bit more trained, perhaps more seasoned, and I actually think they made the sport look good. That's my opinion. You tell me what you think. Leave in the comment section below. As always remember, eat healthy, train hard, most especially have fun. I'm Relentless Jake. You remember to stay focused, stay dedicated, and I'll see your beautiful faces soon. And I'm out.